Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Footstep Show. I know it's been a while, but we're back. So, my name is C, and today we'll be talking about my journey with one of our Reverend Minister of the Methodist Church Ghana, who is also the immediate past Diocesan Bishop of the Winneba Diocese. And he goes by the name the Right Reverend Dr. John K. BUABENG ODOOM. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. How are you?
Please, how are you? I'm good by God's grace, and you?
God's grace, I'm also very, very well. Thank you.
We thank God. So who is Bishop BUABENG ODOOM?
Bishop BUABENG ODOOM is a Swedru born from Apam, but grew up, school, and did everything in Aguna Swedru. I have been a Methodist, and a Methodist up to now. So this is BUABENG ODOOM, the past bishop of Winneba Diocese, and currently the minister, secretary minister of the New Achimota Circuit in Accra. Thank you.
Great. Funny enough, my family and I were also from Apam too.
Oh, really?
We're also from
That's
Apam.
fine.
Yes. Yes.
That's fine. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Right.
So
I can see
how
from
was
your
life?
face that you are from Apam.
Thank you. So how was life growing up?
Yes. Let me divide it into three. My childhood years, adolescent years, and my youth years. Growing up as a child, I was very, very religious. And we were 5 in the family, 3 ladies, a male, and then another male after me. No, we were 6, and then a lady. So we were 6 in all, from a very well-to-do family, but we were encouraged to support our parents rather than looking for help or support from our extended family members. Growing up, I did everything to help my parents. I sold almost everything that my parents were engaged in, except selling fish and salt. I can remember very well and very vividly that salt and fish were the only thing I did not sell. Soap, buffroat, banfo besin, kakro, pizzi, name them. I don't know how I'll call them in English, but these were the things. But the major part of me was to be seen selling bread. Bread was the major business of my parents, and I was really involved in selling bread. So that was life in the early stages of my life. As a youth, I was really involved in church work. adolescent, involved in church work until I was confirmed, and then had time to be engaged and be active church person. So growing up, this is my story. My school days, I schooled at Methodist school, so the School of Business in my secondary schools, and then after that, I continued at Commander Training College as a teacher. That's how growing up is like. Yes, I was highly religious, highly religious. I was not a stubborn, not a bad boy in the sense of being naughty and being wicked. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I really, really was committed to things of God. A brigadier, a Sunday school teacher, walking from distances from where we live to Swedro, where we call the Chapel Square. It was quite a distance, and we walked to that place. By God's grace, that has paid off around this time of my life. I thank God for what He did for me during my teething years as a young boy, adolescent, and a youth. Right.
Thank you. So a follow-up question would be that, like, as you were growing up, would you say that it has shaped you of a person you are today?
Certainly, yes. I have no regrets. I have no regrets at all. Where I find myself now is by grace. It is because the church shaped me, the church molded me, or molded me, and brought me into the fore. Encouragement from the church, prayers from the church, people in the church who thought that I should be a vessel of blessing. So they encouraged me. They encouraged me as I moved on. I am really, really happy for what the church did, what members of the church, individuals, ministers, elder people did to shape my destiny up to this point. I'm grateful to the church.
We thank God. We thank God.
Yes.
So before you went into ordained ministry, how was your life as a worker?
Right. After secondary school, I went to the training college. Then the only training college in Ghana, the Commander College of Education Ghana, called COSA. And Commander College was where I schooled and trained as a teacher. So I came out as a teacher. Then I was posted to Swedro Salvation Army Primary School. I had the opportunity to do part-time. I was trained a business student. So I taught accounting at one of the secondary schools, which is no more in existence today, Modern College of Commerce. I taught accounting and commerce. Then I did another part-time as Swedro Central College of Commerce. In that school, I also taught commerce, business methods. So these were really, really supportive, very, very supporting me along the line. And it was not too bad. It was not too bad. I was collecting 580, and part-time would top up to be 1,000 cedis. And it was good. It was good. I didn't spend money on my parents. I didn't spend money on my siblings. And a young man, I was told to buy things for myself. But I incidentally didn't teach for long. I taught for only a year and then went on with my life. Yes. So that was it. That was it.
Courses. So how did you get the call into the ordained ministry while you were working as a teacher?
Yes, the call came before I left training college. At college, I was a member of the Scripture Union, the preaching band, the choir. Before getting to Commander College or being trained as a teacher, I was already involved, deeply involved in the activities of the church. Church members were calling me Osofo, and so that got into my mind. Then I admired young ministers who were posted to Swedro at the time, especially Pa, Right Reverend Justice K. Datson. Was a very young man when he came to Swedro, and he admired me so, I admired him so much. Was very smart, very good, very articulate on everything that he was doing. Was very disciplined, and I wished that one day I would also become like him. So in a way, he became my mentor. Then along the line, when people were saying Osofo, I became happy about that. But seriously, I was internally moved. I had a desire internally to become Osofo. And that is what made me become Osofo. I candidated from there, and then by God's grace, the first one I didn't pass. I passed, but I was not selected because I had not served my bond. And then the following year I did. Though I had not finished my bond, serving my bond, I was permitted to continue. And that led me to leave my teaching job to become a full-time minister of the gospel. Yes.
Interesting. So a follow-up question is that I know you said the first time you had passed the exam, but you were not selected. How did you feel that you were not selected because of one criteria that was missing in order to be permitted to be in the ordained ministry?
Yes, that's good. It's not easy to pass. A young man, I think I was about 24 years, to pass the examinations, gone through all the interviews and everything, and then to be told that, yes, you passed, you did well, but you cannot be admitted to Trinity College because you have not served your bond. I was really, really disappointed, very disturbed, emotionally and everything. But I was encouraged by my ministers and the people around me that don't give up, try again. Don't give up, try again. And so I did, though I wept. Today I can encourage people like that who may miss the way, may miss their calling, or may miss their selection. I can encourage them. God, in his own way, brought me in the limelight at the right time, and I believe that was good. That was good. God has his own way of calling his people, and that is what happened to me. I was not disappointed. Yes. Though I was sad, I was able to overcome and then do it the second time. Yes.
Yes. So would you say that if it wasn't the encouragements that you were getting from the ministers, would you have given up to proceed to another level?
I would say no. I would say no. I wouldn't have given up because before this time, I had had serious encounters in the church that should have made me leave the church. People discouraged me, people insulted me. I would do something which, under normal circumstances, a young man trying to be a vessel of blessing in the church had erred. The way I was handled. Today, I'd gone through all that. I didn't give up. I did not give up. I continued. Maybe I will share that one with you along the line. But for now, I would say that I would not have, left the church. Though it was very demeaning and discouraging, yet I continued, and by God's grace, here I am. Yes.
Great. I like your motivation. I love it. I hope that our viewers will be encouraged by your story about how you were not selected because of one or two things. So yes. After you were selected in the second year, why Methodist Church Ghana?
Good. I was born, as I said earlier, I was born and bred into the Methodist Church. And Methodist Church has become part of me. I went to the Sunday school, Saturday class, brigade, guild, everything is about Methodist. And so there was no other choice. In my family, we have two churches, the Methodist Church and the Christ Apostolic Church. My grandmother was a Methodist, so he took some of the children to Methodist. My grandfather was a Christ Apostolic member. He took some of the members to Christ Apostolic, and today some of my relatives are either Methodist or Christ Apostolic, and that's good. We live together, we do things together, we are invited there, we are, and all that. So for me, no Methodist, nothing. If it is not Methodist, it is nothing. So Methodist, yes.
Great, great. So after you were being in ordained ministry, how did it feel like giving up your teaching job in order to continue your ordained ministry?
Yes. You see, once the calling is there, once you feel called, you don't look at where you are coming from and the benefits you are getting from that place. If I'm getting 1,000 CDs at the end of the month, and then getting into the ministry, I will lose all that money and go for the 20 or 40 CDs a month at the time. You know, the sacrifice is huge. But once God has called you, you have no choice. You would want to come all out and give your spirit, your soul, your everything to God. And that is what happened to me. I did not look back. I did not consider the amount of money that I'm leaving back. My sisters, my parents supported me, including my uncles. Well, let me put here an emphasis here that family and friends supported me along the line in my ministry. And so though it was difficult, I had people along the line who thought that they need to support me to achieve my vision and my goal. So that is how it went. It was difficult, but God made a way for me. That's why I'm here at this time. Yes.
Yes, I know during the ordained ministry, you have to go through probation. Um, and then once you pass, then you are fully an ordained minister. Did you had any issues or any doubts that maybe, oh, if I continue the teaching, should I go back to teaching and then put the ordained ministry on the side? Or you just decide that, okay, once I'm an ordained minister, I need to be in the ordained ministry?
Sincerely, there was no time in my ministry that I would say that I regretted. There wasn't any time like that. No, it has never dawned on me going back into the teaching service. Or I'm a teacher, and always wherever I find myself, I'm a teacher. I've been teaching. I'm a more church facilitator all along. And since my youthful days in the ministry till this time that my hairs are all white, you can be sure that I have no regrets going back to the teaching ministry. I've always been a blessing wherever I find myself, and I want to teach. Want to teach. That's me. That's me. No regret at all. Yes.
Great. I'm very glad, and I'm taking a lot of notes. Is like your story is giving me more motivation not to give up, because like you said, it's not easy to be in the ordained ministry and to give up your passion that you were doing before to be in the ordained ministry. And like you said, sometimes there'll be some tests and trial as we go along. So it's very interesting to see all this happening and to encourage all of us, the young ones who are coming, who wants to be in ordained ministry, that not to give up. Thank you so much, Daddy. So today we'll just take a short break and then we'll be right back.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back. Don't forget to join us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter on the Footstep Show. My name is C. If it's your first time joining us, well, I welcome you all on this platform. Today, we're talking about my journey with an immediate past diocesan bishop of the Winneba Diocese by the name of Right Reverend Dr. John K. BUABENG ODOOM. Welcome back, sir.
Very much, madam.
Thank you. So, how was your first year as an ordained minister? I know I'm bringing you back memories.
Yes. Let me go back a little to tell you before ordination. I went to a society, a church at Awukuga, where I began my ministry. And it was very challenging, very good. Every minister is challenged when you are posted to a society that is a little lower than where you were candidated. If you go to a society that is a little lower than where you were candidated from, you always want to measure the standard of the society by your society. And so I was always hoping that I'll be transferred after 3 years after ordination. That was my thinking. I didn't know whether I'll be transferred or not. And so when I was commissioned and I was posted there, I did a lot. I affected the society very, very positively. And after 35 years, today they still call me, they still invite me to programs in that town. And I'm very grateful to God for that. I carried that sentiment, that ideas, that dreams, that work to the society that I was posted to when I was ordained. That was, I was ordained at Iwukuga. Then that was where I began my real ministry. After the ordination, I was transferred to another society in Yandejura. And that was also another challenging environment. There was no light then. I got to the town and there was no light at all in that town. It was too difficult for us. We lived, and by God's goodness, there were people in there to make our life more comfortable and more exciting. So our first society from Trinity, there was more vim and power. So we decided to do our best, more ideas. And we tried to affect the lives of the young people there. I was also a sort of encouragement to the young people who were members of the church, especially the youth fellowship. I was with them wherever I went, and everything was on course. Gradually, we were trying to shape the lives of the young people there, trying to encourage them to be up and doing in the youth fellowship and also in the various organizations that they find themselves in. So the first year was good. So the third year, that is when I was ordained, was very challenging. This time I've become a full minister, not a probationer. So I could take certain decisions that I wasn't afraid of. We want to do A, B, C, D, and people were following, were agree with us. And then we share ideas together and we moved on. So after ordination, that was how life was. All the time, not depending so much on my superintendent minister, but also I was allowed to continue with my vision, my dreams, whatever I want to do, I should continue doing that. And that was part of my early years of ministry. Yeah.
Great. That's really interesting. Thank you so much. All right, cherished viewers, our time is up. So in our next episode, we'll continue with our story, with my journey with our daddy here. So please watch on this space. We'll keep you posted with the next episode as we continue this story. Thank you so much and have a great weekend.
I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you so much.
for having me.
God bless
God
you
bless
too.
you for having me. Right. Bye.